My Trek Slash 9.7 already came with the Fox 36 fork. So why did I choose to upgrade it to a Fox 38? Stay tuned, I'm gonna tell you guys why I chose the Fox 38 Performance Elite over this OEM 36 Rhythm fork. And if you guys are tuning in for that grip and tool giveaway, stay tuned to the end of this video where I'm gonna tell you guys who won and how you guys can get your free stuff. Now, before we get too deep into it, let's cover some basics on each one of these forks. The 36 used to be the biggest fork that Fox offered until they came out with the bigger, burlier Fox 38, which is specifically designed for long travel enduro bikes like my Slash right here, and riders like me looking to push their limits just a little bit further at the bike park or on those gnarly, aggressive, chunky downhill trails. And when you put these forks side by side, you can quickly tell just how much beefier that Fox 38 is than this Fox 36. And as the names would say, the 36 has these 36 mil stanchions, while the 38 has 38 mil stanchions. Another major difference is the 36 has a round steering tube, just your standard round steering tube right there, you guys can see, while the 38 has an elliptical or oval steering tube, which makes this fork just a little bit stiffer than the 36. Now, they claim that the 38 is 17% stiffer fore and aft or front to back stiffness on that flex, and 38% stiffer on the torsional stiffness or that kind of twisting stiffness. Now, I can't test those specific numbers, but I can tell you, in my experience riding on a 38 in the past, I could immediately tell the difference and how much stiffer it was, and I liked the confidence it gave me on some of these Oregon steeps where things can get a bit gnarlier, chunkier, and when I'm riding at the bike park, way faster. Now, both the 36 and the 38 come in a couple different models, and one of the main complaints I had about my Trek Slash 9.7 is that it came with this OEM Rhythm 36 fork. It's made out of a different grade aluminum than the aftermarket 36 you guys would buy, which makes it just a little bit heavier. It's only got this grip damper right here, which just gives you one compression adjustment, one rebound adjustment on the bottom, which is a lot less tunability than this Fox 38 Performance Elite right here that's got a grip 2 damper with 2 compression adjustments on the top, 2 rebound adjustments on the bottom. So now that we've covered the basics on these two forks, I'm gonna tell you guys why I chose the Fox 38 and my only complaint about this Fox 38 Performance Elite fork. The way I see it, I really had 3 choices. First, keep the Fox 36 Rhythm fork I had with the grip damper right there, ride it as it is, and just tune the air pressure, maybe add some volume spacers, and just get used to the way it rides. 2, upgrade the damper on this to the Grip 2 damper, which would have cost about $360 for the upgrade kit, plus the tools needed to be able to change out the grip damper to the Grip 2 damper. Then I could have had the additional tunability, add that with some volume spacers. I probably could have got this fork feeling pretty dang good. And then my third option was just to go ahead and get the Fox 38 fork. So why did I choose to go with option 3? I'm a 210-pound rider. I like to ride steep, gnarly, chunky trails, even try my best to keep up with my friends on their downhill bikes. And in order to do that, I need a fork that I can tune and adjust to get that compression and rebound perfect so that I can push my riding to the limits, which is why I needed the Grip 2 damper. So why not just choose option 2 and upgrade this 36 Rhythm to the Grip 2 damper, which would only cost you $360, Jared? Well, for me, I felt like already putting $360 into this fork right here, I was a ways, at least a third of the way into getting the Fox 38. Now, I spent a lot of last summer riding the bike parks on my YT Capper Elite. They had the Fox 38 fork with the Grip 2 damper, and I just loved that extra stiffness that you can immediately feel, that extra bit of confidence when you're going through those super chunky roots and rocks. That's when you're really pushing your suspension to the limits and when you can really feel the benefits of that additional fore, aft, and torsional stiffness. And for a heavier guy like me, like I said, I'm like about 210 pounds, I really feel like the 38 was the way to go, and if I was gonna start upgrading the fork, I may as well just pull the trigger on the fork I knew I was gonna want in the long haul for the type of riding I plan on doing this season coming up on my Trek Slash 9.7. And the only really downside to getting the Fox 38 over keeping my Fox 36 and upgrading it was the additional weight penalty you're gonna get from using the Fox 38. However, I knew the Fox Rhythm was just a little bit heavier than the aftermarket fork anyway, so I was kind of interested to see just how much of a weight difference there was between this Fox 36 fork and my new Fox 38. A half a pound. So I feel like adding a half a pound to my fork versus the performance upgrade I'm gonna get was well worth it for me. But go ahead, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. So why did I choose the Fox 38 fork? First of all, 170 mil fork on this enduro bike right here, which means it's a lot longer fork, a lot more chances for it to flex fore and aft and twist torsionally as I'm trying to ride down those gnarlier trails, which means I could benefit from the Fox 38. 210 pound rider. I'm a heavier rider. I like to really push my riding hard, which means once again, I could benefit from the additional stiffness. And having rode this fork in the past, I know it gives me more confidence when riding at the bike park or smashing those gnarly double black diamond trails. And finally, the Grip 2 damper, which gives you all that adjustability to tune this fork exactly the way you want. And if I was gonna put that money into a Grip 2 damper kit, I may as well just go for the fork that I really want. So what's my only complaint about this fork? Well, it's kind of a silly one. I didn't realize it until I was going to install this thing, but I had this Bontrager built-in tool right here on the headset of my bike, which I loved having that tool for easy access. I got this thing tightened down to where it wasn't rattling anymore, and this thing fit perfectly inside of my Fox 36. However, I didn't realize that with that elliptical steering tube that it has on the Fox 38, that means that this Bontrager bits tool will not fit in there. So I was a little bit bummed out that I couldn't use this built-in tool right here. I'm gonna throw this thing on the scale. It'll be kind of interesting to see how much this thing actually weighs, and subtracting this from my bike, did I really add any weight to my bike? Now, I'm not one of those weight weenies. I'm riding an enduro bike here. I'm smashing this thing, gravity focus, only climb to the top so I can ride my way down. So I don't think weight is the biggest consideration, but it's still kind of fun just to see how much weight you're adding to your bike, if you're actually saving weight or you're adding weight when you do these kind of upgrades. So there you go, guys. That's why I chose the Fox 38. Real quick, just to cover why I didn't choose the factory option. First of all, it's just a little bit more expensive for that Kashima coating, which I don't really think is necessary. Secondly, I don't like the way a Kashima fork looks without a Kashima rear shock and a Kashima dropper. I kind of feel like you need to go for that full package. And I felt like this bike already looked really good with the black stanchions and the black dropper, so I didn't want to mess that up and waste my money on that. Now that we've covered the 38, I'm excited to show you guys the winners of the contest. I got all the names right here, so there goes the people that won the grips and the tool right there. I'll be reaching out to each one of you guys to tell you guys how I'm gonna get you your product. If you guys didn't win, thank you so much for being a subscriber. I hope my channel will continue to grow. I hope I'll be able to do more of these upgrades in the future. I hope this sun will stop blinding me and I'll find better spots to shoot these videos. But until next time, get stoked, go ride, and have some fun, people.